Greetings, fellow interloper. It's Taylor, back with another no-nonsense video. This time, we're taking a look at living ships. If you're a newer player, you might have seen these ships on the Anomaly, or maybe you've been playing for a while and just haven't tried getting one yourself. Either way, this video will guide you through the easy but pretty long process of obtaining your very first living ship, and also how to upgrade it. I'm also going to be providing you some portal glyphs and things to help you along the way at the end of the video, so make sure and stick around for that. Not only that, but we'll take a look at the super easy process of adding additional living ships to your fleet once you've snagged that first one. So let's jump in. The first thing you must have is a void egg. These are available from the Quicksilver vendor on the Anomaly for a pretty steep price of 3,200 Quicksilver. But if you have the means to communicate with others on the Anomaly, there are plenty of travelers who love giving away resources to those in need. Since I have a relatively new save in order to make this video, I honestly didn't want to wait around to collect 3,200 Quicksilver, and I knew I had a bunch of void eggs on my main save. So, a special shout out to RSJ Smokey for helping me transfer my eggs to him so I could have them on this newer save. Much appreciated. Once you've got your hands on a void egg, all you need to do is start pulsing, and eventually you'll be contacted and your Starbirth mission will officially begin. You get directed to another system, and from there you simply follow the egg beacon to where you need to go. Once you land, you need to enter your target sweep mode on your visor and follow the directional cues to discover a monolith structure. You'll get a mini quest to obtain the Consciousness Bridge, which can be crafted with your newly acquired blueprint, which is given to you requiring Hexite, Pugnium, and 1 Corvax casing. Don't worry if you've never come across Hexite before. You'll get directions to the nearest source in the form of a beacon at a crashed freighter site. Pugnium can be purchased or gathered from fallen sentinels, and Corvax casings can be bought from Corvax pilots at space stations or trading posts in Corvax systems. Once you've crafted your Consciousness Bridge, you head back to the monolith and present it. In return, you'll receive the first of 4 parts that you'll need to grow your living ship, a fragile neural stem. The kicker is that it does take 24 hours to fully mature and then advance the Starbirth quest to the next phase. Each phase will be very similar, and yes, each one will require a 24-hour incubation period. Meaning, I know, you're about 4 days away from getting your living ship. Now, I have heard some were able to bypass this waiting period by adjusting their date and time on their PCs or consoles, but I haven't verified whether or not this still works. It wasn't really a big deal for me since I just went off and did other things while each part was maturing. After you've acquired the 4th and final component, the growing singularity, and waited the 24-hour maturity period, you must then take to the skies once more and pulse to get your final instructions. If you haven't already, you'll need to gather 10 of the first 16 portal glyphs in order to visit the specific place to get your living ship. And if you weren't sure which galaxy you need to be in, at the very end of the instructions you can see that you do indeed need to be in the Euclid galaxy. I'm thinking that it's in Euclid. Keep in mind that the Euclid address is only necessary for your very first ship. For any future ships, you can be in any galaxy. If you're not sure how best to get these glyphs, you'll get them near the end of the main storyline, or you can collect them from travelers on space stations. I'll leave a link to one of my videos about portals and glyphs at the end of the video if you need a refresher on that process. I'll also give you a few portal addresses that only require the first 2 or 3 glyphs to take you to the systems where travelers are located. This will cut a lot of time off your glyph search if you decide to go the traveler route. With the glyphs in hand, you simply head to the nearest portal and enter the glyphs which coincides with the symbol mentioned in the log in that order. That order is the Hunter, the Reflection, the Hunter again, the Spiral of Reality, the Star over Water, the Ascending Orb, the Obscured Companion, the Hunter, the Lowly Insect, there we go, the Anomaly, the Sailor, and finally the Ocean King. Once you step out of the portal, you'll discover that your void egg sings a song of a fallen traveler.
I think I did it.
Luckily not that song. You follow the egg beacon to an abandoned building using your target sweep mode, and you pick up a soul chamber. Not even remotely as cool as that, but hey, it's something. The chamber needs to be filled, so you're off on another mini quest to collect souls, which is very much like collecting glyphs. In total, you'll need to jam 3 souls into your chamber and return back through the portal. You can now follow the Fallen Host beacon to discover the newest addition to your fleet. Make your way through a few prompts, and providing you have not maxed out your 6-ship allotment, you are now a proud owner of a living ship. Congratulations. At this point, let me address a couple questions that newer players seem to have once they get their living ship. The first question is how to get rid of your living ship if you don't like it, and second is how you upgrade it. Well, first off, you'll discover that it's not possible to scrap a living ship, so your best option is to swap it out for a normal ship and then scrap that one. As far as upgrades go, these are found by pulsing in your living ship for what seems like a long time and coming across anomalies in the form of large void eggs. These are special events that are different from a normal anomaly. You will actually get a message that an alien melody is detected. Yeah, if that happened, I'd never play the game again. Sorry, Sean. Once you see this, just exit your pulse and shoot the egg. You'll then be rewarded with a random living ship upgrade that could be really any class. Unlike your normal upgrade mods for your other ships, these mods can be upgraded all the way to S-Class with nanites, so you don't need to worry about grinding it out to find an S-Class mod. When you do come across a system with a melody egg, I like to make a base, go ahead and install whatever you get, and then make a save and reload. Now you can go pulsing again for another melody egg. This has been possible for a couple systems I've been in. If you don't have any luck finding them yourself, I'll put up a portal code within the Isentom galaxy that I've used. Just don't forget to pulse long enough to activate it. Keep an eye on your pulse drive and make sure you don't run out of fuel. When it comes to adding storage, as of the release of this video, the storage in the main and tech areas are fixed and cannot be upgraded by conventional means, so unfortunately you're stuck with what you have. Notice I did say conventional means, meaning if you really wanted to upgrade your living ship's inventory slots, you can do it, but it's considered an exploit. There are many videos out there demonstrating this, and honestly I haven't tried it myself, so I can't verify those methods even work anymore. While the lack of inventory might be a bummer, a nice perk that living ships enjoy is that they don't suffer damage when going through black holes or between galaxies. So if you're an avid traveler, you might want to add a living ship to your collection. The good news is that the process of getting future living ships is very quick compared to the 4-day event you needed to go through to get your first one. You just need another void egg and 10,000 nanites. The process starts the same as before, but now you'll simply get an egg icon on where to find your fallen host. And yes, this is not a living ship, but it does have that egg icon. This is just a glitch, so if this happens to you, it's actually a pretty cool ship. If this happens to you, all you need to do is reload, and the living ship that you should be getting will be there. If you don't like the look of it, you can reject it and get your void egg back, so don't feel like you have to take the first one you get. And honestly, that's it. The Whiskey Barrel Gaming no-nonsense guide to living ships. If you run into any issues, or if anything in the video was confusing, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments below. So good luck on your search for living ships, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, throw me a like and a subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And as promised, here are the portal codes that I talked about earlier. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This is Taylor with Whiskey Barrel Gaming, signing off.